We're here. We're on. We're ready to go. I took 4 naps in 2 days. I am not moisturized. I am out of my lane. I am... I'm thriving. How are you doing, Zodora Cat? Oh, glad you enjoyed the fun. Doing well. Doing really well. How are you? Saved queue. I'm pulling this up from the saved queue. Okay. I'm gonna put that up from the saved queue too. You're doing so well. That's wonderful to hear. It's wonderful to hear. I keep forgetting to pull up stuff from the saved queue, but some of this stuff is months old. Ages. Wrong tab, and let's pull this up. Let's adjust the lighting here. It's a bit bright already. Yeah, there we go. Let's warm up. Sleeves. I gotta remember. I pull them up for piano mobility, and then I pull them back down for dealing with the cold. Live Action Pianist Simulator. Her. Oh? Hero? Hero. Oh? Hero. Yeah, I can go with Hero. Also, hi, Secret Firefox. Dino's Pianos is a W guy. Hammered it the other day. I also like the flask. That's a lot of notes. Somewhere in there. I just wanted to get that back. It's been a few months since I last attempted that. Yeah, an Erlenmeyer. That's right. I didn't remember the name of it either. Like, to be fair. All right, let's see. Exile, vilify. Diagnose pianos, you absolutely can. Whatever you do, don't put pairs in it. I think that might be kind of difficult. you very much for your kind words. And for definitely like kind of pushing it forward. You definitely helped push it forward. Couldn't do it without you. Literally. That definitely deserves an upgrade. You have the crunchiest salad now. Okay. Congratulations on the upgrade. Exile vilified by the National has been upgraded to level 3 performance ready. Let me just pop that into the upgrade records here. That is so funny. The last time I typed it, I just typed in the nation. Anyway. This time... performance ready. And that is the first upgrade of March. Good, Fox is in the chat. Fantastic. Let's see. Piano Serenade. Woo! One day I'm gonna like script a spiel for like the music that I play, because I always forget something, I'm sure. Play a lot of stuff. Let's see. Sharps. Oh, Dino Piano, if you want to request the new one, type out what you typed out before, but instead of SL, use learn. So you use the learn command for anything that's not on the song list yet. That was Piano Serenade. Secret Firefox, I think Scarlet Fantasy. Use SR because you are on the song list. But for Scarlet Fantasy, make sure you also type Secret Firefox so that it's the one that you wrote. Let's keep shifting things around. Ooh, some Genshin Impact. Gonna bump up the new follow request. There we go. That's what we're looking for. Okay. Here we go. Whisper of Domicera. How well do I know this one? Okay. Yay! Oh my gosh, I think I've tried that once. Thanks for requesting it. Because now I get to upgrade it. I figured out how to play it. Yay! Okay. Also, congratulations on this upgrade. Familiar, to performance ready. Upgraded to level 3. Thank you for the claps. Yeah, the music from, Remuria is, stunning. Thank you for requesting it. So I've got a policy here that if someone writes or arranges the music themselves, I will play it for free. It's gonna be a free live learn. It still doesn't guarantee getting added to the song list, but it does, it does give every composer and arranger an opportunity to have human hands try it out and give feedback. So this one's in C sharp minor. As with all live learns, I have never heard this before. And we go in fresh. Thank you for all the claps, by the way. Okay, 4 sharps and rubato, 80. If I knew how much 80 was. Nah, kidding. I think I have a clue. Do you want me to attach this to F minor? Because it says to F minor, so I was just curious. I mean F sharp minor. Do you want me to attach it to your track F sharp minor? And I guess we'll call it in the song list F sharp minor and C sharp minor and F sharp minor. Some octave problems again. I did have a moment of like I forgot that this I didn't, so back at measure 23, I was not paying attention to where I was going, and I missed the octave below, but that seems to be in the correct place, because it simply follows what you had in 22, because you were already right there, so that makes sense for just going down there. And then, again, in measure 30, I just wasn't looking at where I was going. Otherwise, this is not a crazy thing to catch. And then over here on 32, again, not a crazy thing for the right hand to play. And then I think some of the notes that kind of caught me off guard, just harmonically, it just was like unexpected. That isn't a bad thing, but this measure 44 wasn't expecting that. If that was what you intend that sound to be, then it's fine, you know? I mean, this sound is very cool. It's like this very particular sort of ominous dissonance that isn't, like, painful to hear. It's just very foreboding, which is cool. So that's my thoughts so far. I think the octaves are fine, but if you wanted to add octaves that weren't in there, you know, feel free to take my reading of it as like, oh, I think I should adjust that. Cool writing. Let me know if you want to update it. Let me know if you want me to connect it to F sharp, and then I'll put the two pieces together. And then I'll also combine them on the song list. Hey, you're welcome. Thank you for writing. That was fun. Between every piece of music, we're gonna add another bite of salad. Listen, eating leaf is new to me, but I kind of am getting to this age where the meat suit is like demanding it, that I eat a vegetable every once in a while. Up next, Money by Pink Floyd. Okay, I'm not spitting on my piano, just myself, it's fine. Okay. Which I tried once without you around. This one's gonna be a bit rough to progress, but we will do it. It's too cool to not try. organization. Things are improving. Things are moving forward. This is pretty cool. This is so cool. I can hear it progressing. I can hear it moving forward. It's still a ton scuffed in the middle. But we're catching on to the patterns a little bit more carefully. I just got to make sure I do not start too fast, and then it will be fine. It will be fine. Woo! I feel like a horse. Una musume. I've heard of that. I know nothing about it. It's something that I see gets floated around Tumblr, or something that gets like mentioned but not specified in any way whatsoever. Realize this is actually practice mode. The horse girl game, yeah. Well, that's all I know. It's a horse girl game. Okay, this is Scarlet Fantasy, a version of You and Owen Was Her. By the way, Secret Firefox. One thing I realized this doesn't really have is dynamics, so I just realized, like, as I was saying this sentence, as I played that note, can you put in some indications about how loud or quiet you want this to be? Because I genuinely have, like, no context of, like, where any of this goes. F is for loud, P is for quiet. If you tag an M on it, it's kind of like moderate. And then you can use this thing's bigger sound, smaller sound. Kind of gradual movement. That'll be super helpful. It's still... brain doesn't really want to do the... There are 3 flats. 3 flats is the default. I have to stick to 3 flats. It starts in 3 flats. Just go back to 3 flats. Okay. love the way the last bit ends, by the way. I'm sorry to hear about the potential of your nail falling off. Oh, no, you're so welcome. Thank you for arranging it. So slower on the bass part? Are you talking about this part? Or just give me some measure numbers, actually. Thank you for the claps. Thank you for the claps. So I'm thinking about, like, I kind of also hate the way a lot of things kind of put information in Discord channels. And I realize that I'm doing that, right? But I'm kind of realizing I don't have to do that, actually. I might make a Neo-Cities for this stream, because there's like a lot of really weird details. Like stuff like you know, what I will do with a composition if you bring it to me, you know? Or why certain composers are on the blacklist. Don't worry. They're just like extremely difficult classical composers. By the way, Hero, just to make sure you don't hit any limits, because I don't know if, it's kind of like saying you're inactive, but you're obviously active in chat. So, make sure that you're logged in to Twitch, like that you're logged into the streamer song list through Twitch, because then it can like give you all the benefits of just being a follower, which is a very, very high request limit. Like you can request a lot just for following. And you won't have to type your username in again, so that's always nice. Oh yeah, no, don't worry. So that will let you request more at a time. I'm so open to requests because I have decision paralysis. XP on that. I kind of lost my way a little bit because I had finger numbers in here. They disappeared on me. I will happily play the entire thing again because I think I'm figuring out how I want to improvise on this, which is sometimes the most important part of playing some of these arrangements because they're a bit minimal and I need to be extra. I need to be extra where I have the power to do so. And here I do. Alright, left, double time. Improv. So I need to just be way more crazy in the last part. Double time improv slow. So I'm gonna slow down the last part, but we're going to make it just a lot more grandiose. And then the first part can stay how it is, I think. Left hand will kind of throw in a couple notes here and there. So yeah, let's do a final run here where sometimes if a arrangement is too simple, I'm gonna pull it apart, do something more. Let's try this out. There we go. That's a little bit better of a compensation for the fact that I am not an orchestra. Glory and Decay. Now a little bit shinier. Thank you for requesting it again. That was from Remuria, from Genshin Impact. So Genshin Impact has a ridiculous variety of influences, but I will say that Remuria and Fontaine have the most deeply entrenched classical roots. Thank you for the claps. Thank you for the claps. Queue empty. So go ahead and pick some things from the song list if you like. And if you don't, I will pick something to work on. And it will be a little bit dreary. No, I'm kidding. But it's going to be like, I'm going to work on something difficult until I get some requests in. But one moment. Be right back. Definitely worth waiting for the blender noise because the we're making our own mayo. So, and I love our mayo. Secret Firefox, it is good to hear rhythm where you can. I think there's no harm in that. And I'm gonna put this like here. It's really fun. It's a really fun prop. All right. So we're gonna play Septet for the Dead Princess, followed by a Nier Automata marathon. Actually, it might not all be from Nier Automata. I need to play the Nier games. Am I pronouncing that right even? Anyway, I do need to play them. I think that I would find them interesting, but I haven't. First of all, Secret Firefox, would you be able to tell me, like, which is the first game in the series? Because I feel like that part got me a little confused. Emmett, hey! I didn't even see you come in. Sneaky. Nice to see you. No, that ain't it. Sorry. Ugh. Starts with near replicant, Gestalt. Seems to be an alternate version, goes to automata. Wikipedia 1 minute read based is more information than we had before. Spin-off game from the event in another game called Drakengard. I may not get to that. I may just start with near replicant in that case. Thanks for looking that up. Cool. I didn't know I had all of these tracks from the Nier series. Just vibe to the music. Ah. I understand. Make a list of pieces to learn on viola. I wish you the best. Wait. Okay, this is really weird and difficult to count. Something's weird about how I'm interpreting the beat here that's throwing me off. So I wonder if I have to just treat it like triplets, actually. 4/4, the triplets 16ths. Okay, recalculating. It's so weird, but basically, like, the way that my brain divides rhythms can affect how they get executed. So, here we go. fake hope but major, right? So I think I actually need to write down here at the beginning. Dotted eighth note equals 76. I did like way too much math initially, and it just wasn't working. it just didn't work right, so here we are with the correct math. Oh my gosh, it's only been an hour and a half. Okay. Oh yeah, the doggo. Yeah, the doggo's walking around. The doggo's looking for something. Not sure what he's looking for. A voice of no return. So we're just doing a lot of restoration work today, I think. Because it's been a little while. 3315, hello. Voice of No Return. Secret Firefox, thank you for requesting that. We are going to restore that to its former glory. Not at this very moment, but I'm kind of realizing I should mark that as a favorite. That is definitely one of my favorite tracks from Nier Automata. Wind. Or Wind? From Naruto. I gotta remember this goes faster than what I actually learned it before, so. This is kind of in progress. It's kind of relearning. So let's see. I think I've got it closer than I remember. Par, thank you for your resubscription for 27 months in a row. You are very diligent at keeping that up. It is very much appreciated. Hope you're well. Right octave. Pictures are in the Discord. Oh, very nice. Very exciting. Who was that again? Jerry. Thank you for the request. Hope you enjoyed it. I gotta adjust the lights. The sun is down. Three months, 3 weeks old. Oh my gosh, they are babies. I'm so excited to see them. A black one, gray marbled tabby. Well marbled and spotted. Oh. Ooh. Restoration mode. Song of the Ancients from the Near series. I can't keep track of which one this one is from. I gotta do some calculations. Okay. So, if quarter note is 81, that means eighth note is 162. 162 divided by 3. 162 divided by 3 is 54. Apple cider. I'm trying to get my week's worth of fruits and vegetables in me today. So I had a salad for breakfast, and now I'm having a salad for dinner. Yeah, still working on it. There we go. That was a song of the ancients, Javola. Weight of the World. Funnily enough, my mother likes this track. Kiichi Okabe. Right, wait, where have I seen that name before? I think he's involved in something recent, right? Kiichi Okabe. I've seen that name. I've seen it. All right, during the ad break, I'm gonna add a couple tracks to the song list. To the queue. So let's see. I want to play. A Rhythm Doctor, something from Rhythm Doctor. Yeah, sure, absolutely. The Weary Inn. Angel Share. Okay. Another very short break. I do unfortunately think that spending the majority of the last 2 days in bed has actually shot my ability to have the stamina to stream. Like, my stamina for streaming is so bad right now. I am so sorry. If the requests are coming in, I am happy to play them. But yeah, I kind of feel myself fading real fast. I had a arduous week at work last week. And I was dreaming about our database software throughout the entirety of Friday night into Saturday. Like, I could feel it for the entire night. And that is unpaid overtime, man. Lucy, hey. Nice to see you. It's very late where you're at, but I'm glad you've caught me now. Let me know what I can play for you. And you'll be up next. After the last of our Nier marathon, we've been marathoning tracks from Nier, and this is Yona. Who works through a meeting. Worked through the weekend? Welcome back, then, from work. Ooh. This piece sounds like teardrops. Lucy, that is absolutely okay. Because you got your 2,500 points in, so. This is from... Well, tell us what it's from. Or is it, Hold on. That was so weird. I accidentally tapped something, and it showed me a completely different piece of music. Okay. Oh, it's called, Yona? Something of Dreams? Dreams of something. My brain's blanking on what it is, actually. But yes, for as long as live learns are allowed, that's allowed. Now, simple is relative. This is one of those things where, like, to my immediate eye, it looks complex. But if I think that if I work through it, it won't be that bad. Okay, so left hand's just doing the thing. Live learning. Octave higher. Oh, left hand's doing that thing where it's like an octave higher than written. Oh, man, when they do that to me. I just don't like octave signs that like cross over middle C, but there's only so much you can do. it's a basic pop song. I see. I see what you mean by simple now, because it's got like it starts with two really cool phrases, really constructed in such a fun way. And then it does those two phrases about 7 more times each. Unfortunately, for that reason, I won't keep it. Oh, the poor baby's crying. I will be right back to give her food. But I will also Bill's glad you survived another piano lesson. Let me know how things are going there if you want to. But you should probably sleep if you've got your internship tomorrow. Definitely good to hear that you have an internship. Thank you, Lucy. It was fun to play. And it was fun to play the whole time, because I have short-term memory loss. So I kind of don't get bothered by extreme repetitiveness for the most part. But, yeah, I may not be able to keep it. I think it would wear on people, unfortunately. But feel free to, like, clip that, from the VOD if you want, for reference. I won't have done it perfectly, but I've given you the essence of it. Alright, be right back. The poor cat's crying. Right hand's basically the lyrics. Yeah, makes sense. Maybe it would be a different experience if I was singing it. But yeah, also Builds, let me know if you would like to hear something. Cool internship, don't pay me. Yeah, that's what internships are like. Boring for now, understandable. But, well, boring is more like if something is easy, and that sounds like it is very difficult. At least that's my opinion. I don't usually find difficult things boring. find the schedule boring, not the work itself. Ah. I wish you the best on your work. Okay, looks like Puff Piece is actually in fine condition. Okay, let's work on Lone Digger. Lesson learned, don't spend 2 days in bed. It is not good for the body. It is not good for the anything. I am terribly sedentary right now. Alright, let's play the Mendelssohn first then. Sorry, one sharp. There we go. Alright. That was the Mendelssohn. Teeny bit of accuracy things. Hard things very interesting. I can understand that. Well, given how early you have to be up tomorrow, you should probably go to sleep now. Just saying. Thank you for the request, though. Okay. It is not yet warm enough for my hands to actually move through that at a rate. It was not. It was not moving through right. For sure, that was Caravan Palace. Yeah, I love playing electro swing. It is the hardest thing. Okay, it's not the hardest thing, but it's like definitely one of the hardest things to execute on piano. But I really love electro swing. At the same time, when I have free time to do the things I like, which not having currently due to this internship. Also builds. That is the nature of getting an education. You're not going to have the free time. It's a temporary state of being. Well, I don't know what to tell you about the notes. Like, you just do your best. If the notes aren't executing right, you should probably slow down and find out what's happening. If you let your emotions dictate your playing, however, We're going to hit a horrible brick wall when it comes to your playing. Got recommended the stream after watching an Undertale video? Well, hey, nice to see you again. Krishna Visual 19. That is funny, actually. You were just requesting Megalovania the other day. I can't remember if I have anything else from Undertale specifically, but I do have other music by Toby Fox. I have some things from Homestuck. I have a couple of things from Deltarune, I believe. So if any of those pique your interest. Yeah, actually, we're still on refinement mode for this one. But I think we're getting close. That's where that goes. That's where that goes. Taking away the way I live. Thank you for the claps. That was a very fun track from Genshin Impact. I don't know if I would describe that as a problem. That sounds more like an obsession, which I don't classify as a problem personally, but I also can't relate. I don't know, man. It sounds like you are getting a very intense connection to classical music that is just actually beyond my comprehension. But it sounds like you're enthusiastic. I mean, like, hopefully you can kind of gear your brain. If you gear your brain towards your current rep, here's a life hack. If you can gear your brain towards your current repertoire, you can effectively, and I say this officially with both of my degrees, that you can practice in your sleep. And you can be productive that way. You can't rely on it 100%, but it is possible to help you along a little bit. You can't be drifting onto all of this other music 100% of the time. That's my recommendation. I mean, yeah, like I said, it just sounds like an obsession. Which is, that's fine. I don't think I have a diagnosis for you, man. If you are having trouble focusing on anything because the music in your head is so loud, I truly, totally do not have a diagnosis for you. I think, at best, if you can't get ADHD medication, I'm gonna recommend caffeine. If you aren't already drinking coffee. It sounds like you should start. And I say that very genuinely. This is for ADHD. Caffeine is not like the best treatment for ADHD, but it is a viable workaround. Yeah. I'm being very serious. You should try caffeine. Maybe I shouldn't have dismissed that. Maybe I want to do a little bonus XP here because I think I really could work on that a little bit more. And do not drink it now. You're going to drink it in the morning. Because just like ADHD meds, if you drink it too late, if you take it too late, it will mess you up. It will mess you up bad. But you need it for when you're working. Okay, so the Sigma comment did actually come to mind, but I didn't say it. this part... That's where we got it. Okay, so to glue any complex rhythm like this together, you need to glue together the fast bits first. Any eighth notes in a row must be executed. The gaps will work when they do. That's where that goes. You think it's as simple as an earworm? I feel like something you're describing is a little bit more intense than an earworm. You're like experiencing a lot of earworms. Maybe it is as simple as an earworm. Thank you for the claps. That was definitely better. Okay, we're on the road to improvement, and that's the important part. So I guess you haven't heard of an earworm. This is either a common phenomenon or it is a phenomenon that people overdiagnose themselves with, because like I feel like more people have described an earworm as like a song that is looping over and over. But it sounds like it's like more intense. Anyway. In English, yeah. I mean it's entirely fair. I do hope that it like eases out, though. Let me know how the caffeine goes tomorrow. You'll definitely need it for like your internship. A brief break. Is it OCD? Actually not out of possibility. Genuinely could be. Go to sleep. By the way. Unless you're working on something. In which case, work on it. But, like, you really should sleep. Angel share. If anyone out there has not yet had a chance to request something today, you absolutely should. I'm gonna make it last call. Okay, I'll do the prelude first, actually, then. In that case. In E minor, yeah. It's a bit of a bummer for a ending track, so we're definitely not going to end with that one. There we go. Thanks for the claps. And for the request. Have a good night. I'm not sure about tomorrow, to be honest. Like, however, yeah, no, sorry, I don't usually stream on Monday nights because I do a lot on Mondays. My Mondays are also like 13 hours long. So let's see about where we can kind of actually refine things. Seems unfair to try to raid during an ad break, so let's see. Here we go. We can do this. Hawk, if you want to make me practice anything before we go, please feel free to request something. Absolutely. And then I think we'll have gotten nearly the entire French suite in one weekend. Alright. Very much practice mode. But yeah, Hawk, you have as many overrides as you wish. Hold on. My brain isn't doing this. I don't know what I'm doing, thinking that I can come in at that speed. I can't. also gets two stream end overrides. Next time I will go back to work on the pathétique. Fair enough. Vicarious work. Huma, thank you again for resubscribing for 22 months in a row. Do you want to hear anything? Cause I'm kind of closing up. But you get an exception. Hawk, thank you for requesting that. Massages the brain. Alright, if you're sure, Huma. Oh my goodness. I've just kicked the table. Very smooth. I am tired to my bones, and that is because I spent most of the last 2 days in bed. Turns out that is, not a way. That is not a way to get your energy up. Either that or I needed it, but oh my goodness, I am sore. Oh, brain massage. Pat, pat, pat. Grab a raid call of your choosing. It has been a very chill evening. I thank you all for everyone who has stopped by.
anyone who happens to be listening to the VOD for some reason. Appreciated. Every request I got. Huma, thank you for the resubscription. Also got resubscription from Par the Wall. Chaos minions are a thing, yeah, but they really haven't been bothering me lately. They, last week I was fighting, last week I was primarily fighting, XL, and I think I lost. I think I lost that fight. Actually. Based on how my bones feel right now, so. Yes, Microsoft Excel. I've been fighting Microsoft Excel and I lost. I have had a lot of a week. Unfortunately, I became kind of critical to an international project. And I can feel it in my joints, and I don't think I'm ready for tomorrow to be Monday. And, I'm a strong Excel player. Yeah. Unfortunately, I wasn't even doing anything fancy with Excel. It was more like I was documenting things in Excel. Oh, you are an accountant. You do real Excel stuff. I was literally in Excel to, like, document defects in a system. Man. Okay, so we're gonna raid Dino Pianos. Who, composed a couple of tracks and is also playing right now. So it's gonna be super cool. Live long and prosper, be excellent to each other. I will see you next weekend, and I hope that I am in better shape after I maybe eat a little healthier. I'm working on my second salad for today. But of course, these things don't happen instantly. You can write emails from Excel? Huma,